There's one platform that fundamentally does things differently in the social VR space. You may have never even heard of it. This is Resonite, a platform where your skill and imagination are your only limits. Resonite is a social VR platform that has officially blown my mind. If you've ever heard of Resonite, you may have heard of its more mainstream counterpart, VRChat. The basics of what the two platforms are is relatively similar. They're both social VR platforms where you can log on and hop into desktop or virtual reality. You can explore different worlds and make friends. The foundation of Resonite, though, is very, very different and unlike anything I've ever seen. They have a built-in messaging system, inventory, camera, avatar creator, and visual programming language, and so much more. There are so many things that are simply impossible, or at least much harder on other social VR platforms. For instance, take this Capri Sun. In VRChat, if I wanted to change the look and make it shiny instead of matte colored, I would have to first open up the VRChat Creator Companion, go to the Unity project for my avatar, find the Capri Sun asset, go to the material, find the shader, and then I have to go to shading, and then reflections and specular, and change how metallic it looks. Then I'd have to upload my avatar again, get back into VRChat, and voila, it's more metallic looking. Now, if I want to do the same thing in Resonite, I can change it to look more metallic easily from within the game. You can edit items, avatars, and worlds from inside the game itself. From the moment I discovered how you can import avatars into Resonite, my mind was blown. As someone who has been very used to how VRChat works and the kind of things that you can and can't do, I was in awe. There are so many cool things that people have made with this. Items that simply could not function in VRChat or any other VR game for that matter. Seeing how the community has taken this system and ran with it in a way that I've never seen before really makes me hopeful about the future of social VR and VR in general. VR games feel like they've been really stagnated lately. There are still titles coming out, but lots of them feel overpriced and missing replayability and huge gameplay aspects. I'm a lover of VR, and so I'm much more lenient on how a VR game plays. Lately though, I found myself only playing VRChat and some flat-screen games. I would love to see that change. Despite how VR games have seemed to stagnate, Resonite has really made me so much more hopeful for the industry considering my love of VR. This is probably where I introduce myself. Hi, I'm Virtually Odd. I've been a virtual reality enthusiast for over a decade. My first experience with VR was an early Oculus device, and I've loved it ever since. The first headset my household owned was called the Google Daydream, which is a slightly cooler version of the Google Cardboard. You would insert a smartphone into the headset, which allowed you to play. It had a little remote, which would aid you in navigation and games, and I remember playing a zombie chicken game on it non-stop and begging to use my dad's phone all the time. All this to say that I've been invested in the VR industry since I was in elementary school, and my love for it has only grown. I remember being in awe at the Playroom VR on the PSVR headset, but eventually everything that used to be amazing became obsolete. I tried to play a game with the PSVR headset a while back, and I was so shocked by the low resolution and horrible screen door effect. I seriously couldn't understand how I used to spend 8 hours straight playing on it. With Resonite, I got a taste of that same wonder of finding something new that I had when I was a kid. I'm still very new with it. There are still some UI things that I don't understand. I don't know Protoflux, and ultimately, I can't do very much. But the potential is there, and this game fosters it. I'm super excited to see how Resonite develops, as well as the social VR industry as a whole. Anyways, enough serious stuff and on to the memes. In Resonite, not only can you spawn in video players that other people can see, you can also make those videos have effects. It's a super awesome way to get more interactability. Someone showed me a lot of super useful things and basically did all the work of getting my avatar set up. They even went into Blender and changed some things on my avatar. Along with those super useful things, I was shown this meme folder, and I genuinely lost it. Thank you so much to Aegis Wolf.
Stop with the microwave.
Macaroni with the chicken strips.
Come on, axes. Oh! It's wizard time, mother fireball!
Skedaddle! You're
What?
500 cigarettes.
Where are your fingers?
Wow.
Why is it invisible for me?
Know who is to blame for your low self-esteem? Yes,
Close your eyes and I'll show you. Okay. Open. That's right. Mirrors.
Now, let me be clear.
Ooh.
And it has a play button.
These interactable memes and items are so funny and a format that I've never seen in VR. There's so many things that make Resonite a huge competitor in the social VR space. Resonite being a formidable competitor in the space is really good. Even if you play VR chat and don't plan on playing Resonite, which you should, competition makes things better on all social VR platforms. In Resonite, you can easily share and collaborate with people. I can easily spawn something in and give it to my friend to save. When you save an item, you're saving it to your personal account. Your account has a certain amount of storage which you can expand by subscribing, versus VR chat, where if I were to attempt to do that, it would take me a lot longer. I would have to find the item and then send it through a third-party platform, and then they would have to go through the process of putting it on their avatar and uploading it. I cannot simply hand my friends a cool thing I made. Resonite runs in its own game engine called Fruix Engine, and it's an entirely different system. You can edit and code everything in real time with a visual programming language called Protoflex. I've never seen anything even remotely similar in VR. This, along with the unique inventory system and built-in messenger, is insanely cool. All of this encourages collaborations and creation. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, though. There are some huge things that I haven't talked about. Having endless customization and control comes at a price. Not a monetary price. The price is that the game is hugely complicated and not at all beginner-friendly. When I first got in, it was hard to figure out anything. I've spent a good amount of hours in Resonite, and there are still so many things I don't understand. Without a veteran to show you the ropes, it's really difficult to get into this game. If Aegis Wolf hadn't set up my entire avatar alone, there was not a snowball's chance in hell that I was going to figure it out. It's not a simple set of steps. Because there are 1,001 things that you can customize in the game, that means that there are 1,001 buttons on the menu. It genuinely takes up so much more time to get into the game and understand the basics. And that's just for the basics. There's so much more, including learning a whole freaking coding language. If you think you're gonna hop in and immediately start making cool stuff, I'm gonna stop you right there. But despite all of this, it's still an awesome game, and I encourage you all to check out the Discord server. There are appointed mentors who are here to help you get into the game and get set up. Don't feel like you have to download the game and figure out everything on your own. There are lots of people to help you. Resonite is free to download on Steam. After you try Resonite, if you love it and want to support their team in continuing to build the platform, consider subscribing. You gain access to more storage, basically inventory space, and many other bonuses. I'll have all the links in the description. Thank you so much to Resonite for sponsoring this video. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and YouTube thinks you'll enjoy either this video or this one. Peace out.